Hello and welcome to this Tender Transitions production focusing on life-changing coaching using TBRI and ABA principles. I'll be your host, Nishoni Harvey. Are you a foster parent of a medically fragile child with unanswered questions or less than apt support? I coach foster parents on how to move their medically fragile foster child from trauma to triumph. Join me today to explore successfully parenting the medically fragile child. Hello, and welcome to Who is Nishoni Harvey? Are you a foster parent of a medically fragile child? Do you have questions that aren't easy to find the answers to as you'd hoped? I was in the same boat. My husband and I started fostering medically fragile children in 2021, and we've had 9 medically fragile children go through our home. We also have 4 children of our own, 2 of which are on the spectrum. As a certified life coach who specializes in parenting and a certified nurse's aide and having training in ABA therapy, trauma-based relational therapy, and foster parenting and more, and being certified in mental health first aid, I felt God tugging at my heart to work with these foster parents of the medically fragile. Upon speaking with my sister-in-law, Rayanne, she's a nurse practitioner in 2 states and a registered nurse first assistant, she agreed to be the medical consultant on my team. And at that point, we set out to help these parents. You know, so many medically fragile foster children are placed in homes where the foster parents are given little to no training on the child's condition. For instance, the only training that we received for any of our medically fragile foster children came from the previous foster parents or the social worker who was dropping the child off to our home. And this training was a quick run through and so difficult to recall. You know, YouTube was our best friend in those early days. Many medically fragile foster children are placed in homes with foster parents who do the best they can by the child, but sometimes, due to lack of training, these children's health decline. And these parents need a place to turn for coaching, training, and medical consultation. Tender Transitions offers all of that and more. We offer medical consultation because most people, you know, when they have a medical question for medical conditions or anything like that, they don't have a doctor on speed dial who's ready to offer advice over the phone at the drop of a hat. We offer parental coaching because it's so easy to fall into the trap of permissive parenting when you're working with medically fragile children. And we work with foster parents to help them move their child from trauma to triumph, because medically fragile children experience twice the trauma that the typical foster child already experiences. Our coaching and courses encompass everything from the time a family is considering foster care and how to prepare your home and fostering for everything, you know, how to prepare your home and your family and for how to care to the medically fragile child, all the way through parenting practices, ministering to your foster child using TBRI and how to care for each element step by step. So anyway, I'm Nishoni Harvey, and I wanted to introduce myself on this podcast. And if you are a medically fragile foster parent who is looking for more coaching and more help in these areas, we offer a free discovery call. And in this free discovery call, you'll discover where you believe you stand as a medically fragile foster parent. You'll discover where you believe you need improvement and what's keeping you from being the foster parent you want to be. And then we'll talk about which steps you can take to achieve that goal. You can book that at tidycal.com, Nishoni Harvey /discovery call, or you can just click the link below the description. So I'd love to work with you during this free call to help you realize your dreams and aspirations. Please book today. Again, that place for the discovery call, and actually you can go to my website, medicallyfragilechild.com, and you can book the discovery call from there. So that's all for today. I wanted to introduce myself, and I wanted to introduce the business and everything to you. So if you have any questions, reach out, Nishoni at medicallyfragilefosterparent.com. Thank you for joining me today in this episode of Parenting the Medically Fragile Child with Nishoni Harvey. We coach foster parents on how to minister to the needs of their medically fragile child physically, emotionally, and spiritually so they can move them from trauma to triumph. If you're the foster parent of a medically fragile child, make Tender Transitions LLC
your go-to resource. You can find us at www.medicallyfragilechild.com. We offer coaching, courses, training, and free resources to the medically fragile community. Join us next time on our next episode of Parenting the Medically Fragile Child so you too can move your child from trauma to triumph.